Hey, William. Just curious what you thought of Anthony's comments after the game and the frustration he expressed with the way the season is starting.
I think there's frustration maybe a little bit in the locker room. I think that we know that we can, play better. I think our game's been growing, and I mean, we're still, 3-2-1 or something. So, I mean, it is what it is, but we're a tight-knit group, and we move forward from here.
Didn't like how the play unfolded in overtime. What did you see in that sequence?
To be honest, I don't really remember it. I haven't seen it since, so I don't know. I think he just beat me up the ice there. That's all I can really remember.
Have you and Anthony talked about things since the game?
Yeah, it's all good. Look, we're teammates. He's a great guy. There's nothing that we need to talk about here. He talked to me after, and it was all good. It's been no issues since.
What sort of leader is he behind the scenes?
Yeah, very vocal, passionate guy, and I think that's what we love from him, and to have him in our locker room, that's important.
How have you felt about your line so far this season?
I thought we have been able to generate. Maybe last game was a little bit less, but other than that, I think we've been generating chances and stuff. So just got to keep building.
What are you noticing about the power play this year so far?
Yeah, I mean, what do we have? 2 power play goals now, 2 games in a row, I think. So, I mean, it hasn't been perfect the way we want it to be, but I mean, at least we got 2 goals, and just want to keep building off of that.
What stands out about the way JT's playing right now?
I mean, insane snipe there the other night, and going to the net and putting in my rebound. So I mean, he's been great all over the ice. Playing his game.
What about Morgan? What are you seeing from Riley earlier this season?
Yeah, he's flying. He's been active, joining the rush and creating all-man rushes. I think it's a big part of his game, and I love when he's flying up and down the ice like that.
How important to maximize his homestand?
Of course, I mean, we're lucky to be at home for a stretch here, so want to take advantage of that and start the season off on a good note.
You gonna be watching baseball tonight?
Of course, big game.
Anthony, obviously you were frustrated there after the game Saturday. What sort of conversations have you had with your teammates about where things are at since then?
We've discussed it, and we're all competitive guys, and we all want to win. It's pro sports, and at the end of the day, our goal is to win the Stanley Cup, and in order to get there, it's a process, and like I said, we've had some discussions, and we love each other. It's a family in here, and we're looking to move on.
What was that like with William? He didn't seem to have any issues, or what was that conversation like with you?
Obviously I pulled Willie aside, and we had a conversation, and he's someone I admire and someone I respect deeply. I mean, there's a reason he's been in this league for so long. He's a hell of a player, and he pushes me, I push him. You look at his offensive skill. He's made me a better goalie just by facing him every day in practice. And like I said, we're a family in here, and we're looking to push each other and get to our ultimate goal at the end of the day.
Things tend to get magnified in overtime more, just because 3-on-3 and the stakes are there. The hero goat thing is can go either way.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's 3-on-3, it's overtime, and that guy in Seattle barreling down on me, I get paid to stop the puck too. So, at the end of the day, it's on me as well. For me, it's simple job, get in front of the puck and stop it. So, there's the instances where as a goalie you got to come up big, and right there was a prime example. And for me going forward, that's going to be my main focus is going out there, stopping the puck, giving this team a chance to compete every night. And I think the guys are looking forward to getting out there tomorrow.
What sort of leadership role do you see for yourself here, Anthony? I know for goaltending it's kind of almost a different sport at times. Like you signed an extension, it's your second year. What sort of leadership role do you see for yourself in this role?
I mean, I'm a vocal guy, and I'm going to continue to be a vocal guy. I mean, I guess I'm a competitor, and it's the reason I've gotten to this point in my career. It's the hardest league to make, and for me, it's just battling, not taking it for granted. And as a competitor, every time you go out there, you want to win. It doesn't matter if you're playing Super Bowl against the other team, or you're playing an NHL game. You want to win, and you want to beat them.
Does being vocal come naturally to you?
Yeah, it's something I've always been since I was a young goalie. Just being able to communicate with the D and I think it goes on the ice and it helps out a lot, just being able to talk to them and show them, plays that they can't see. Obviously my eyes are up ice, they're going back in the corner, you can kind of see a little bit more. So that's just something for me that, I've always had.
How difficult of a balance is it, Anthony, for guys to find the line in terms of defending teammates when they feel liberties are taken, but also not getting in the way of the team, for instance, when a power play is coming your way? How difficult of a balance can you find that to be?
For me, it's a little different just because, as a goalie, you're not really getting in there too much. That was, I kind of looked up at the ref, after I got ran. That's kind of why I took the look. I looked over, I saw his arm was up, and obviously, you think we're going on, or you kind of know you're going on the power play at that instance. And for me, I kind of, did want some retribution for him, and I kind of looked down, and he's kind of vulnerable. As a goalie with my blocker on, you can't go and go down on him while he's on his back. So hence why I threw the net. But for me, I just looked around and kind of just saw the ref's arm was up, and thought that was kind of my opportunity to get him back there. But like I said, he's in a vulnerable spot, and I'm not going to go and do anything stupid. So hence why I threw the net, and that's that.
No, not just you as well, because I know some of the guys are getting criticized that they didn't jump in as quickly. And from their perspective, do you understand why sometimes guys are a little bit more reluctant when they see the power play than other times?
Yeah, at the end of the day, too, it's, like I said, the guy's on his back, and, you can't really, it's not the UFC. You're not going to go and start a ground and pound. So you can't really do much there with him, and I know the guys have my back, and I have theirs. You look at 2 games ago, Rempe put, his arm on Johnny, and, you never know what's going to happen. So I just went out, put my arm on him just to kind of let him know, hey, like, I'm here too. So, you kind of, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
How much did your championship season in Florida sort of influence you, make you more aware of team bonding, things like that?
For me, it's, why you play the game. You see a team like that, and, you see the leadership and how things went and how they went for them last year as well. Like, they're, just being able to witness that is something, that I want to bring to this team. Just that leadership role, and, we have it. That's why I'm so passionate. You look around, you look in this room, and the veterans we have, the youth, the grit, the grind, everything. Like, we have those same intangibles, and, that's why I feel so passionately about everything, just because, you see the similarities in both teams. And, for me, we took them to 7 games last year, and, we were right there. We were right there with the champs. So, we're, on the cusp of doing great things, and that's why, like I said, I'm so passionate about it, because we're right there, and I feel like we can do, we can do it and go all the way.
How much was honest communication a part of your time in that dressing room? Within some teams are better than others, right?
Yeah, like you said, they had vocal leaders, and they still have a lot of guys there as well. So for me, obviously I have a much larger role here on this team, so I think that's why I kind of feel a little more comfortable to be able to do that and be able to speak up and being able to have that experience. But we also have other guys. You got Wazzy, OEL, Stevie. You have guys who played in the Olympics, they've played in World Championships, they've played on the biggest stages. You look at guys, Tone and Willie, they've played at 4 Nations. Like, everyone's played in a big game. Everyone knows, what it takes to, get over the hump. So, for us, we're going to continue to grow as a group, and, we're looking forward to, tomorrow night and getting going here.
From your perspective, what have you seen from special teams so far?
Yeah, I think it's been good. It's obviously you have a lot of new guys, and it's continuing to gel, and but you look at the last 2 games, we scored some power play goals. The penalty kill has been good. I make a save, it goes right to their guy, back door, and there's really nothing you do, for anyone there. It's just kind of one of those plays. So I think going forward, we're going to continue to watch film, break it down, and work hard. We're doing special teams every day, so it's going to be a big part of our success here going forward.
Just your thoughts on what Anthony had to say after the game, and the frustration expressed with how things are starting here.
Yeah, I think you can appreciate his passion and his fire. He's a competitor, and he's a competitive guy, and obviously we all want to win and all want to, help in that regard. And so when you have a night like the other night, frustration builds, and we're all human. And I think you can appreciate that, and so we got to be better, and it's kind of the bottom line.
What sort of leader is he behind the scenes? Obviously, he was new last year. Now he's kind of second year. What are you noticing?
Yeah, he's a very vocal guy. On the ice, he's a very vocal guy. I think he's an honest guy. He just kind of tells you how it is. There's not really any holding back. He's pretty laid back in general, but when it comes to playing, he's a competitor and very competitive guy, and I think you see that in the way he plays and the way that he competes out there for us. So.
What is your sense of how the team has started the season and why maybe it's taken a while to get into rhythm?
Well, I mean, I think we've, got some new guys. I think you change different things, and so I think that always kind of, it's hard to just kind of get everything going right away. And, I think for us, we're 3-2-1 and haven't quite hit our stride yet. And, there's some positive things. There's obviously a lot of things that we can clean up and be better in that regard. And, it's on us to do that. So, take steps, be more disciplined, take care of our net fronts, and 6 games in, you want to continue to find your rhythm as a team and individually, and sometimes that takes time, but obviously you want to get it going as quickly as possible.
Where are you at with your line? I know there's been a bunch of different kind of players rotating in there. Like, how are you feeling about your unit?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of similar to like our game in general. I think it just kind of can lack consistency at times, and I think that's probably the way I would describe it. I mean, there's good segments, and then there's obviously segments where I think we're defending too much and giving up too many odd mans, and those are just little details, little things that we can clean up and make it easier on ourselves.
A lot of things were analyzed about the overtime play, but is that high risk, high reward in overtime? It's kind of hero or goat thing sometimes.
I mean, sometimes you just make a mistake, and
I go back 2 overtimes, and you guys had the big goal.
Yeah. I mean, overtime can be very, high risk, high reward. Sometimes. I mean, you see it all the time. I mean, there's overtime every night, and one play can obviously change things. So, it's important. We've worked on that, and sometimes, you think you make the right read and you don't, and that happens. So you learn from those mistakes, and we're going to be in that situation throughout the year, and just make sure that we're better in that regard come the next time we're in overtime.
What have you seen in the start of the season from Morgan so far?
I think he's been great. Defensively, offensively, he's up in the rush, he's skating. He's got the puck on his stick a lot, which has been great, and I think he's been playing great for us.
What are you noticing about the power play early on?
I think it's been better lately. Still don't think we're getting enough chances or opportunities to get on the power play, but like I said the other day, I think that's on us to hang on to pucks more and draw more penalties and draw more contact in that regard. But I think we're keeping it much more simple, getting pucks in the net, shooting. Obviously a big one there the other night, but I definitely would like to be a little bit cleaner in our execution.
How do you find the chemistry with Max? Does it come back right away, even though you've only had one practice, or what's your sense of it?
I mean, we'll find out tomorrow, yeah. But, like I've said before, he's an easy guy to play with. He sees the ice extremely well. We've played together in the past, so I think it's good to have that chemistry and that experience together. And so hopefully that, when we play together in a game tomorrow, that we can just kind of hit the ground running.
You'll be watching baseball tonight? I know it's a later.
Yeah, I definitely will be. It's exciting. Really exciting. We're all rooting for them pretty hard. So.
Anthony says he and Willie talked it out. I mean, as captain, is this something you get involved in?
We all talked. We're a veteran group in here. We're all big boys. I mean, it's you don't need to beat around the bush. I mean, it's an easy conversation we all had, and you just move on from it, close the door, and move on. And like I said, we got to be better, and we will be.
What do you make of Anthony's comments after the game? Do you like that sort of stuff?
It's frustration. We all prefer to stay in a room, but it happens. But, we moved on from it.
How do you go about moving on from it? Is there kind of a meeting that happens, the players get together? What's your sense of that?
Yeah, for sure. Just talk about it and moved on. Listen, it happens a lot. It's happened over years and years. Players get frustrated, and sometimes they say things that, they just keep in the room. That's all. But it's over with.
Auston was talking about how Anthony's a very passionate guy. When you have, I guess, a lot of passionate guys in the room, what can that do? What can that benefit?
Well, it brings out emotion for me. They care, and a lot of guys will voice that in the room, which is a good thing. It's just accountability, basically, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm sure nothing Anthony said wasn't what you were thinking. Is it sometimes easier when the players come to that conclusion themselves and they can figure it out, make sure your job easier as the coach?
Well, we always want players to hold each other accountable in the locker room. I think that's important. You know, and for me, that's a good thing. Like, I think it's healthy for the team. Like I said, you know, people get frustrated, players get frustrated, coaches get frustrated. Sometimes things are said. You know, that's all part of the game. We're all big boys. You grow, you know, you move on from it and get ready for the next game.
Anthony made the point that you guys should be doing what other teams are doing to him, which is getting in the face of the opposing goalie.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, we've talked about it quite a bit. We could do a better job of being harder around the offensive net, getting there more, fighting for space. You know, that makes it tough on the goalie and tough on the other team. So net fronts are important, whether you're defending them or offensively getting there. So, yeah, for sure, that's an opportunity for us. We got to be better in that situation.
You mentioned doing a better job clearing in front of your own net. How much of that is positional?
It is positional. It's not just the willingness to do it. It is positional, and it's, you know, it's finding your guys, you know, early enough to be able to box them out. And it doesn't always happen. You know, there's a lot of good players that are good at fighting for the net and getting to the net. So, you know, we were really good at it last year, and we're going to keep banging away at it.
To that point, it doesn't look like you're making a change there. So obviously, high level of trust still in that 6.
Yeah, for sure. That's a veteran D-core. You know, so it looks like it'll stay the same for tomorrow.
Do you feel that the amount of power plays that you guys have drawn is around about where it should be, or do you feel like maybe we should be getting a few more calls?
It's not up to me. I mean, I think that, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and talk and complain about calls or anything like that. You know, we don't get anything out of that. So we want, you know, if you want to get power plays, you got to earn them. You got to work for them, and we'll continue to do that. I mean, we drew 4 last game. That's an upgrade from where we were, and we'll just focus on that.
What's been your takeaway from the power play so far?
I think, you know, and I look at a lot of different things on it. I mean, I think we are attempting shots and shooting pucks, and, you know, we've got a couple now, so that's a good thing. But, you know, when we're at our best as a shot mentality, we've got a couple big guys around the net, and we win those battles and score some goals around there. The one area, you know, I think we could be better at is hitting the net. You know, I think we've missed opportunities on the power play where we don't hit the net.
You've leaned on Domi down the middle since the line injury. Why now? Getting back
because it just, you know, that was like, you know, a plan we had, try and max there, and I know he's played in the past with those guys. So I just wanted to get to that, just see how it looks and see where we go from there, and that's the real reason.